Heroic self versus lesser self. Since April 2020, I've been in a challenge group where practically every day I have got out and exercised in a good 28 days of the month each month, and also I've written context. Also, most of those 28 days. So I think I did calculations once. It was like 90 some percent of all those days. It's 3 years, 4 years now in counting. So it's been a challenge group. And the reason it's a challenge group and the whole challenge premise of it is to challenge the lesser self. And that is the thing that we all have, that we all struggle with. Or I think, yes, we all struggle with it. I think it's safe to say because it resonates with everybody. But it just that lesser self of what we are content to be with, that we seek to stay at, that we don't want to leave, that quote unquote comfort zone, versus our heroic self, which is basically our best self, what we aspire to be, but don't always put in the effort to become. And so, and the only reason it's not an exercise group, it's not a writing group, it's a challenge group. And what that does is, because to exercise every day can be a challenge, to get out and move your butt every day is a challenge, and it came in a crazy time in the world, and there's been a lot of associates that are still sticking with it, but what it does is, that's the easiest thing not to do, because obviously we're in December or November now, which, holiday season, January, everybody's making those New Year's resolutions to get in better shape. Well, when you commit to move every day, you don't ever have to worry about January resolutions. And it's just a given that I'm going to do that. And it's made some interesting dynamics to get that done. Fortunately, most days I can get it done early in the morning before work, before I have to go off and do that. But there are some days that hadn't happened. There are some days where that didn't occur. So it created some interesting things. So what? Get that done. Get it in, make it happen. And that's the power of it. It's not the exercise per se that I'm doing some kind of great thing, because it's pretty simple. It's not even most time a half hour a day of movement, and it's just body weight. So I'm not talking about becoming, Arnold Schwarzenegger or some kind of bodybuilder here, but it's just moving the body every day, especially when you don't want to do it, and using basically body weights and simple exercises and, complete body. He keeps it mixed up, so every muscle in the body is moved. And so that, but then also the writing, the daily context, the daily thought, if you would, or the context to write around. And what that does is creates deep thinking, because, writing is one of those skills that are very valuable. And the mentor, struggled because he had a writing course, that's really involved, but nobody would follow through with it, and then nobody would do anything with it. So he pivoted and said, just need to get in some reps. People need to get comfortable pushing the pen around or typing on the keyboard on a regular basis. And so that is what that has achieved. And so bottom line, though, again, it's not an exercise program. It's not a writing program. It's a transformation into something more, transformation into something bigger. Now, it's not the end goal. It's not the, but it is part of my journey becoming more, part of my journey, and just sharing today that journey that I'm on, and then now utilizing some of that, a lot of that here in this, on more so on the online community, happening into more of that in here, in sharing that, that journey, because that's a big thing that we're doing here. And so I just wanted to, share that today, of that journey that I'm on, that I've been on, that, that is where I get a lot of that written context from, and ideals and stuff. And so now I want to utilize it in another way, and that's what he, you know, emphasized too. When we write every day, we got little bits of assets that can be recompiled, that can be reused, repurposed for other things. And so that is the thing that I'm starting to see more of, that I'm starting to utilize more as I journey on this journey to become that heroic self. And as he calls it, the heroic journey. Much like any great movie that we watch, like Lord of the Rings, or even the Star Wars sagas, or the superhero movies, or just anything that is a journey. Way back in Braveheart, any of those journeys that the hero is on. The Matrix is a big one like that. That that we stuck in our little world, our lesser self world. But then we have a way to get out of that. But it takes work, it takes effort, it's a struggle, challenge, but it's worth it, and it impacts others. So that's what I was wanting to share today, that I am on that I am doing that it is a process of some of the foundation that I've laid, and more than I'm building, and actually seeking out a way to do it more. Because that's been the kind of thing I've been doing some of this stuff with intent, but not super focus on it. But now within the online space, this gives me more of a vehicle to utilize this transformation, utilize this thing, because it's all about having the transformation, doing hard stuff, having the transformation, and then finding those like-minded people, finding those people that might be interested in having that thing too and stuff. So so that's what I'm about today. That's the kind of the journey that I'm on today, or not on today. It's one I am doing. It's the journey that I am, and just letting you see some more about it, and just to kind of experience, and understand more where I'm coming from, because this is my perspective of life that I'm bringing out here and stuff. So y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend. Stay gritty.